What is going on, everybody? We are back with another ranking video. So we just finished a new show. It's not new. We just finished a show. It's new. It was new to me. It was Armchair Thriller Season 1. And we are going to rank all of the stories in Season 1 of Armchair Thriller. I am super excited to do this. After we're done with this, we will pick what we watch next using the amazing picker wheel. I'm so excited. So, without further ado, let us jump into this. The worst story for me. And this is listed, by the way, in episode order. Rachel in Danger, a dog's ransom girl who walked quickly, quiet as a nun, and the Limbo Connection. However, my number 5, the story I hated the most, was the dog's ransom. I forgot I didn't put it on here. A dog's ransom. So this is the one that just everything about it was it was just not a good story, right? We had just come off of a dog, like the first one, and the first one was so good, Rachel in Danger, and then this one was this guy was the dog got kidnapped, and that was the dog's ransom. But then the dog dies, and then the dog's never mentioned again, and it's got 4 more episodes after that. So to even call it a dog's ransom, I think, was a bad choice. And it just had one of the more unsatisfying endings. Obviously the bad guy winning doesn't bother me. I enjoy the bad guy winning in things. That's why I watch horror, because sometimes they win. But it being a crooked cop that he ends up killing the dude at the end and walks off and just completely gets away with it, and there's no finish to the story. He just walks off and it's over. You never know if anything's ever 2 and 2's connected or anything ever happens. It's just over. That was the end. It's kaput. It's done. My number 4 was the episode that followed that, with the girl who walked quickly. The girl who walked quickly, I still don't know why she walked quickly, if I'm being honest. The story is just, it wasn't very well done. This was the one, I'm trying to remember which one was which. I believe the girl who walked quickly. Let me see a picture. I don't know why I don't remember this. Usually I do. And I don't remember. Oh! That's right. This was the one where the guy has claustrophobia and he ends up being brainwashed and he has to go around blowing up. Dude, I'm busy. I love you though. He goes around and blowing up elevators, and then eventually it's caught for it, and it's so meh. So I gotta clear space for my cat. My cat is trying to get comfortable over by his dad. And there you go, bud. I cleared a spot for you. He likes to lay either on me or in the chair next to me. But yeah, he goes around blowing up lifts. It was driving me nuts because I kept calling them lifts. British people are amazing. And I just ended up not really enjoying it. It was okay, but they do the whole brainwashing thing, and then at the very end, he ends up killing the lady that was holding him hostage. But then they just walk him outside, and as the cops walk him outside, they ask him questions. They go to arrest him, and then it just ends. It just ends. As they go to arrest him, it's just over. Cut to credits. Not even a fade. Just cut to credits, and it was done. And I was like, the hell are we supposed to be doing with this? Why isn't there more? Again, that is the thing this show suffers the most from. Are the endings are mostly bad, or not finished. I won't even say bad, not finished. Number 3. I'm sorry. I'm surprised I had to look that up for whatever reason. I could not remember that story. Probably out of all of my sleep deprivation. My number 3 is Quiet as a Nun. Quiet as a Nun was just a very well done story. That was the one that it was the second to last story that we covered. I ended up having to cover it in 2 parts because where I was watching it was really messing up online. It was bad. And I hated having to cut it up into 2 parts because we could already be working on the next show. Like, that's how I feel about it, right? It just ended up not being very good. Well, not very good. The story ended up being good. I'm sorry. I lied. The story ended up being good. I'm so used to saying it wasn't very good from the other 2. The story was good. The ending actually wasn't bad either. Like, it's of all the episodes in the entire series, or the entire season, this had the most complete story, which is probably going to surprise some people on why I didn't have it at number 1 and number 2. And I think it's just because I was so engrossed in the first 2 stories. That's the only reason this got pushed down to 3. However, very good story about a nun who's murdered, and then her friend, when they were kids, comes to the convent, and she's basically a journalist, but she starts investigating what's going on around the place, and the nuns are helping her or hindering her in some cases, and some of the nuns that are hindering her aren't doing it out of malicious intent. They're like just trying to keep her safe, but it had an extremely complete ending. Everyone that needed to be taken care of were taken care of, if you catch my drift. And it just ended up being a really complete and good story. My number 2, and there's going to be somebody that's going to be like, recency bias because it's the newest one you watched, and that's not the case. But my number 2 is The Limbo Connection. I really enjoyed this story. I did. It was well done. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 quick second. You're going to get a cut, but it's because I got to take care of something just real quick. All right, cut's done. I had to make sure my cat was comfortable. Being a cat dad and all. Yeah, hi, buddy. Hi. I love you. But yeah, so Limbo Connection, we just did it, and I had mentioned when I told you guys before, it's probably one of the best crime dramas I've ever seen. I'm just being 100% honest. The story was just so well thought out with all the twists and the turns. The guy basically trying to convince everybody he didn't kill his wife and is trying to figure out what's going on. Everybody trying to pin the killing on him and him trying to figure his way out. Like, honestly, probably haven't seen a crime drama or heard a crime drama, read a crime drama this good probably since 12 Angry Men when I was younger. This was just really well done. Bravo. I think if it had just slightly more of an ending, the ending wasn't terrible in this by any means. I don't want anybody to think that. It definitely wasn't as good and complete as what Quiet as a Nun ended up being. But I will straight up tell you, it was not bad at all. There was more. I just wish there was a little bit more. I wanted to know a little bit more. Did the wife and the husband end up splitting up after he saved her? Because, he still had this thing going on with this actress chick and stuff, and I wish there would have just been a little bit more to it. Which brings me to my number 1, which is Rachel in Danger, which is the very first story in the entire series. There was something about the story that just stuck with me that I really liked and thought was really good. Like, it starts off with the little girl that, like, she gets picked up at the bus station by a dude that kills her dad, but he's pretending to be her dad because she has no clue what her dad looks like. She hasn't seen him since she was wee little, if at all. And mom was sending her to go spend time with him, so the dude pretended to be her dad, but he was also, like, into political espionage and ended up trying to unalive some dignitary from another country. And again, it had the most messed up ending because like it does have a complete ending. Like they stop the guy. She outsmarts and stops the guy from completing his unaliving attempt on someone else. Um, she thwarts it really, like, and very. I don't know if it was accidental or on purpose or what, but she basically shoves Play-Doh into the barrel of this gun, and when the dude goes to shoot it, it backfires and kills him. And then all of a sudden, like, she's packing things up, and you like they don't touch on it, but you know she's got to deal with the realization that like she's the one that that ended up finding her dad dead, even though she didn't know it was her dad when she seen the body. And if you go back and watch when I go through and watch that show, there's the moment where the body falls out of the closet, and I'm just sitting here like this, like, oh my god, where do you go from here? There's still another episode or two. Like it was really well done, and I'm just telling you now, Rachel in Danger is my favorite story in this entire thing, and I feel like Rachel in Danger kind of set the bar up here, which is why A Dog's Ransom and The Girl That Walked Quickly end up at the bottom for me. I think I'm not. I think I would have enjoyed those stories more if they would have been the start, and then like the show just got better and better and better. But it didn't do that, and that those stories suffered for it. They really did. Okay, so Rachel in Danger is my number one. Limbo Connection is my number two. Quiet as the Nun is number three. The Girl Who Walked Quickly at number four. A Dog's Ransom at number five. Now, before we move on, before we end the video, there's one more thing we have to do, ladies and gentlemen. We get to pick what we're doing next. Again, if it's at a TV show other than American Horror Story. If we get American Horror Story, like, I will have to cover that one episode at a time. You won't get reviews with those if I get it. You're just going to get watch-alongs for each episode of the first season. You'll get a review at the end of it, and that'll be that. There will be no ranking the season, because while it is an anthology show, it's an anthology based per season, not per episode. So, and there are other shows like that will, like if we get Channel Zero, I'm pretty sure Channel Zero's in here, we'll cover it the same way. We'll watch along every episode, we'll have a review at the end, and at the end, like if we ever get to the end of all of American Horror Story, we might rank them all then, or rank them as we go. But I wouldn't rank them as we go. I'd rank them at the end. But yeah, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to hit the random button 3 times. Alright. It has now been mixed and matched. And I had to do that because I've been only getting older stuff. I want something horror related, and I want it to be a little bit newer. I think 90s, 2000s, maybe even 80s. Somewhere in that range. This was close. It was like 74, 75, so it's not off. But it's also not horror. I just want something horror for once. You know what I'm saying? So, ladies and gentlemen, here's the exception. If it lands on the Twilight Zone, because season 2 is on here, we will not, because we're already covering season 1. If it lands on Armchair Thriller, we will not. We just finished season 1 of that, and while it would be so much fun to just go ahead and knock this show completely out and be done with it, I need a break. Especially since it's another 3 of them are 6 episodes, 2 of them are 4 episodes, and then there's a movie at the end of it that's another 2.5 hour long movie. I need a break. I need something a little more spaced out, or I don't know. I just need something different. So, ladies and gentlemen, the spin. What is the House of the Dead? Let me Google that real quick. The House of the Dead. What's it is a 1978. It's still old. I can't go away from it. Anthology horror movie. So it's got 5 stories. Okay. Oh, it's a foreign movie? No, it's an American horror, directed by Sharon Miller. Okay. I have no clue. Let me see if I have access to it on Fandango. Um, how the fuck do I get to the store? I can go to my library, but that's not what I want. Oh, they're gonna make me sign in. Hold on. Um, oh, did we really get so lucky? No way. Yo, I think we just got lucky. Oh, it's apparently terrible. Let's go. Let's go. Terrible horror is my fave. It's got an 11% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's how bad it is. If this is the same one, Sharon Miller, right? By Sharon, yeah, Sharon Miller. All right, I'm gonna buy it. It's on sale for a whole $1.99. Might as well. Let's go for bad horror. Let's go. Okay. We'll favorite that, and then we'll get rid of the Armchair Thriller. All right, so House of the Dead. That's next. I got a way to watch it. I own it. It was only $2, so it's apparently really bad. I'm excited for this. Let's go. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it. Um, I'm interested to see where this goes. I have no expectations in how good or bad this is gonna be. Um, to be fair, though, the first one that we covered, that we finished, which was 7, whatever. Again, I'm so tired. It's it's on the page. I enjoyed it, and it got shit on too. So we'll see. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. We know what we're watching next. We'll probably still finish this. I think this is only going to be like a week's worth of stuff. It's 5. It's 5 stories, so we're only going to be covering the 5 stories. How long is the movie? 80 minutes. We just covered more than 80 minutes worth of stuff in one night. So yeah, easy. All right, guys, that's going to do it. We love you. We'll see you next time.